Hello once again, space engineers, and we are so excited. I'm so excited to get this video here and show you what we're going into today. I've been working on the moon. We are in a server that we've been playing on for quite a while, and everything's set to what we call hard level. Um, some people call it impossible levels or whatever, but very rare ores and so on and so forth, and they're very deep. And I've finally found, as you can see here, I put this up and you can see I've got silver showing there at the bottom of the screen, and there's a silver vein. Actually, I dug into it myself to make sure, because we've had some challenges with this. Sometimes you dig into this stuff and it doesn't show. But you can see here, I found silver 800 meters earlier. I'd seen it on the ore detector, and it says 570 meters, but it really wasn't. And then there's another dig silver from over there. I've been digging silver, and it hasn't been working. But this one, I drilled another pilot hole over there. It's not marked, but I drilled a pilot hole about right there, and it said that it was 80 meters away or something. So I just got off the ship and dug directly with my hand drill and came over here and found it. So I wanted to show you first off, though, the ship I'm using. This is my deep driller. Works really well. Easy to build. You can just build it yourself, but this is a large grid system. Let me turn this off. Large grid system, because you need the large grid ore detector or you won't see the silver and the different ores. Silver in our case is about 500 meters or more down. Gold is a kilometer or more down. So we have to even dig before we can dig a half a kilometer or more before you can even start detecting the gold. So that's why we have to dig a lot of pilot holes, and that's why it's called a hard server. Ore is not just everywhere, but that's why you need a deep driller like this. And now what it's got is just, as you can see, 9 drills on it, just packed tight together. There's a battery. The remote control is over here. I've got a little control seat. I've got a gyro. I've got the ore detector over there and another battery. So, and then I'll talk about what's over there on that right-hand side here in a minute. And then it kind of stacks and it goes straight up, because you've got to get all the things that you need, and you can only do it straight up and down. So you can only make it as big as your drills are. Inside here I've got my hydrogen tanks. Sorry, there's 2 hydrogen tanks there, and then there's a layer of conveyors right here, and then I've got my hydrogen engines that point down so I can get lift out of the hole, because I got to get back out of there. And so that all comes along with that. And then I've got a conveyor sorter here that, now let's see, we're going to block any ice that we might dig, because we're digging in a place we might pick up some ice, and we want that to come in here and get processed. And back on this other side here, I've got this right there underneath those 2 gyros. On the right hand side you can see the remote control, and on the left hand side there's a O2 generator that's turned on its side, so that gives me that pipe coming straight up in here. So any ice that does come in here will get trapped and be processed in that O2 generator and refill my hydrogen tanks. As you can see, I've got about half tanks, so I got to get on this a little bit, but I wanted to show you in the video what we're doing. And then we've got these thrusters, and you can see I don't have thrusters everywhere. I've only got 6 thrusters. I found that works plenty well. I've got this sorter, and this then blocks ice, gold, and silver, because that's what we're looking for right now. And so we use that sorter, and so those will stay inside the drills and everything, but then anything else like stone will get ejected. And then I've got the 4 hydrogen thrusters here, very easy. I know this is not a pretty ship. I didn't say it was pretty. I said it works, and it works very well. Then I've just got a tube here going to the top, and another flat place for all those conveyors, and then I've got connectors up here on top that are tossing out anything. I'd had all 9 of those on there, and I've found I only really needed 3. That seems to be enough to work just fine for this ship. So I could make that a little smaller, but you know, I just haven't done that yet. I haven't cut those down. And you want to put those ejectors. In this case, they become an ejector because you've got the conveyor sorter that's letting the stone pass through, and then it comes on up here, and these collectors become ejectors. I like a small ship better. You can put the ejectors, it just looks nicer, but this is the only way you can do that. And also then I can connect here onto a place back at the base, and I can recharge the batteries and I can refill the hydrogen, because battery and hydrogen doesn't worry about those other conveyor sorters. So here's the thing, I needed programming blocks, so I put it on here, and you've probably seen that in other videos, and I use this quite a bit. Is you've got this this rotor here, and on top of the rotor you change out the head, because you put it on the large grid, and then you change that out and put the small grid on it, and now you can put these small grid things that you might need. And there's actually a few timer blocks here. There's a small grid antenna, and then there's these programming blocks. Now this small grid antenna doesn't allow me to control this, but it does allow me to see and to talk to those programming blocks. It allows me to see the ship, and so if I go off somewhere, I can see the ship and be able to come back to it. To get the real control, remote control of this ship with the large grid, you have to use the large grid remote control and the large grid antenna, which is that big, long, huge, ugly thing. And I didn't want to have that, because if I put this down in a hole, it doesn't go anywhere. I just jump down in the hole, I can get to it. So anyway, let's get on to this drilling before I run out of hydrogen, because I only need hydrogen to get back out of the hole. I don't have to have hydrogen to I'm sorry, let me get this up here. I don't have hydrogen to drill with, because gravity takes care of that. So I've turned off the thrusters, and let me go look outside here. See, all the thrusters are off, and the drill is upright because we've got the gyros. And I'll show you here, the gyros are set to override controls, and they're all set at 0. And that means the ship will automatically find a direct gravity direction and keep it straight. And so that's something you want to do when you're making a deep driller, is have your gyroscope. I like to have 2 of them, and override the controls and have them set here at 0. So we're off and drilling. I've got my gyroscope set here where I can turn them on and off easy. I've got my batteries so I can monitor the process of that. I've got my connectors that I can turn on and off. You can see I've got them set for throw out and collect all. The conveyor sorter, as we talked about, is blacklisted, and it's with ice, gold, and silver, so it'll retain that in the bottom of the ship. Anything else will be thrown out up the top through those connectors. Then I've got all my drills set up where they turn on and off as where I want to, and also got my thrusters. And sometimes I use that thrust override. That's how I get out of the hole, is to set that thrust override to about 200, and it'll pick up the ship. If it doesn't, depends on how much you might have in the ship and so on and so forth. You can set that up to about 350 or so, and this ship just zips right out of there. You don't want to go too fast, because when you get out of the hole, especially on the moon, you could just be shot right out of gravity, so you've got to be careful of that. Now let me show you what I've got that I really like, that I use here, is the altitude. This is an Izzy script, and it does trigger things on altitude. And what I want to do is I want to stop drilling, and so I'm going to just go ahead and select that and copy exactly what the name of this is, so I don't make any mistakes. and it's a lot easier than typing. And you come in here and you just put this on the end, and then up at the top or the front of it, I want to say, where do I want to stop drilling? Well, I'm going to stop drilling at 1,000 meters. And so when I click run here, you'll see this updates. It says stop drilling at 1,000 meters. And so I can go to sleep. I mean, there's nothing more for me to do except just kind of watch and make sure that we really did get that silver, which I'm very excited about getting. We've been trying to find silver for quite a while, and we've dug a few of these pilot holes, and it just, every time it comes out and it says it just wasn't real. So, but I did get, in my personal inventory, you can see I grabbed some silver out of this, and that's where I tagged that GPS, and we're right on top of that now. So I'm excited to see that come to fruition. It says we're 288 meters from there. So I'm going to turn off all these other GPS signals. Well, that didn't help a lot, but it helps some. We've got a lot of these exploratory things and different mods that we use. This is our live server that I'm on here. This is not an example. This is our real server. I'm really playing for. I do have some admin controls right now because I'm making the video. As you might can tell, I have no oxygen and no hydrogen. You might be saying, well, why aren't you dying? Well, I've got my admin controls turned on for that, so I can explore like that. But I'm also really digging for silver so we can get that for our ships. When we play, other than the hydrogen and oxygen, if we're building things or doing stuff like that, we turn off the admin mode, so we have to go get, and run and do the stuff, and we really play instead of just being in a creative mode. The creative mode is great. It's a lot of fun to be able to go and do those things, but it's not near as hard. It just makes things a little too easy. A lot of guys say, well, I want to be able to do all that stuff you're doing. Well, yeah, you do, except you've got to remember to turn that off all the time. And here's an example now. You can see that we've got the antenna. That's that small grid antenna that's on here. Again, I can't remote control the ship with it, but I can at least see that. And then those connectors that are on the top, we saw there was only 3 of them, and you can see all that stone coming out of there, and it's all enough. And if we look up this way, none of that stone is dropping down. It all disappears up at the top, so it keeps it nice and clean where we are here. And I got a little bit of lag. I got lag on my server the last day or so. We're not sure exactly why, but well, we're working on it. I mean, best we can. We reboot the server and suffer through the lag sometimes. What more can you really do most of the time? Anyway, I'm going to pause here. Or actually, I'm just going to stop talking and speed the video up. So, good time right now for you to watch this. I'm not going to have anything to say, so good time for you to hit that like button, maybe the subscribe button, and even the little bell so you can get notifications of new videos, because we're coming out with videos all the time on different things that we're doing with this hard server. And this is the deep drilling, and we're going after silver right now, and hopefully we're going to get it. So let's speed up this video, let you watch this, and I'll come back in when we get real close. Okay, we're coming up on just under 40 meters, it says. So hopefully we're really online. We're seeing that is there. We're right with it. But as you noticed, I was looking at it. It was right on the seat, and that's why I keep turning around there. And now all of a sudden, it's saying it's not here again. It's over to the side, and it looks like I missed. I mean, I put my thing there, so it's 25 meters away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because we're not seeing silver, we're not seeing hit silver here yet again. So I'm going to come out this way. And just see if I missed it. Because this is where I picked up silver before. Oh, right there it is. I just missed it. Just did miss it with my, boy, that's a small vein. So we've got silver here. That's the thing. And if we drill it, it says we're really picking up silver, which has not been the case all the time. So, okay, somehow I missed that. Gonna have to drill another hole, just because this. Now I could just send in a smaller machine, which we haven't designed yet, because we just started working with these deep drillers, and we've got vertical drillers, we've got horizontal drillers, but they won't fit in this hole. So we're trying to design a small horizontal or hydrogen, and yes, horizontal driller that would come in here and go and clean this up and start drilling that vein, so I don't have to take the big driller and go again. So that's really maybe my next project, is to mark that truly is there, because you saw we drilled directly straight down and straight over this, and then just at the last second it kind of moved. But at least we found silver, and we know there's real silver here, and that's a big relief. I sure wanted to fill up those drills, because all I really need, I mean, how much silver do you really need? All I really need is for this to hit one time, and I'm done. You know, if I fill this up just one time. I can try to fly this over there, but it's just not designed to do that. In fact, it's not designed to let me in again either, really. But I have to find my way around. If I get just at the right corner, at just the right time, I can drop down through the rocks and get back to the chair. There we go. Sometimes I have to drill into the wall. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video by pulling this out of the hole. So I want to get over here. Try to drill down and see if I can get there faster than gravity will take me. Well, I don't want to drill into my ship. Well, let's try to fly down in there sometimes. It doesn't want me to get down in there this time. This is the first time I've had so much trouble getting back in there. A lot of stone kicking out here. There we go. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I thought I was in there. Maybe get through this corner. Man, that is the most difficulty I've had. There we go. Well, that's it. There we go. That's it. There we got it. Okay, now. Yeah, it's not designed for you to really do that. Now look here, you've got your silver is still showing at, where is it? I can't, I'm gonna have to turn, I have to get out of the seat to be able to see it. But you can still see that silver is showing 18 meters behind us. So it's a big vein. It's just small. You know, it's a thin vein, but it is very long. And this could go down to 1,000 meters. I mean, it's very possible that these do that. And so we just have to find our spot. And let's see how far we are down now. Right now we're at 675 meters down. So we were, who knows? I mean, that took me quite a while to mess around there. And we still got silver. So once we ever hit this, I mean, like I said, you get 9 drills full of silver. What more do you really need for silver for quite a while? But it's nice to know that there's a massive amount of silver still left. So how much do we really get if we have 1 drill full? Let's see here. Oh, we did. We picked up just a little bit of silver. Oh, yay! Maybe I don't need another line. I hit a little patch of silver. I didn't see it there. Oh, hooray! Look at all that silver. It's not great. It didn't fill up my drills, but that may be enough for us to go for a while. Oh, that makes me so happy. Yeah, but anyway, you could get 23,000 liters of silver times 9. That's a lot of silver. So, I mean, even now I've got, well, that one there's 31K of silver in that one drill. So I must have hit the vein right on the edge with that particular drill. And then these other ones, there's another 33K. Yeah, that's enough silver. I don't need any. This one barely caught any silver. This one caught just a little bit. Well, it says we're picking up some now. So we must be just on the edge. We don't see it where we are because some of the drills aren't picking up any. So those are the drills that are just under us. But we must be in that. Let's see if we can see that. Because that's wonderful. I don't have to drill anymore. That'd be great. See if I can see around here. Oh yeah, see we're picking up the silver. We caught the edge of that vein on one side of the ship. Oh, that's wonderful news. I don't have to drill anymore, but that's just great that we're just going to keep going then. We'll just keep filling up those drills and let it go until we get to that 1,000 meters. Where are we? We're at 758 meters and we're going to stop automatically at 1,000. So I'll keep an eye on this for just checking to see if we've got. Well, I'm so happy. This is one of the best videos. I got what I wanted. Look at that, 50K plus 44. Oh yeah, that's plenty of silver. How much silver do you really need in space engineers? You got to build some things with it. You build your med centers. We've got those built. The cryo chambers. We picked up enough silver here, there, and somewhere else. You go grab them off the ships that you stop, you know, and there's things that you can do to pick up some, but you want to get some of the things that you need. I forget what it is now that we need more of, but you just don't need that much silver. Gold, yes, you need more gold because we want to build our jump drives. We want to build the superconductors to upgrade the refineries and so on and so forth. All of that you need gold for. And you need a little bit of silver here and there. So it's nice to always have silver. And, you know, like I said, we're going to have plenty here. We got 100K, more than 100K of silver in this one run. Oh yeah, that's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And we still, I mean, I picked up a little bit of ice there, so it's filling the hydrogen tanks now. Let's see how they're doing. Yeah, they're filling back up. While we're drilling, they're filling back up. So that's good, because we picked up just a little bit of ice as we were up on top there. So we'll have more than plenty of hydrogen to get out of here. The drills really don't use very much battery. I do have a nuclear reactor on here because we keep this charged that way. We picked up just a little bit of uranium from some of the space pirates that were nice enough to come and attack us, and they weren't strong enough, and we won. So we got all their uranium, and they use a lot of uranium, and that's good because we haven't found it yet. So we're looking for the uranium vein, but we're picking up uranium as we need it, so we can have a reactor. Like here, we've got this reactor that's pretty well filled. We've got 2,000 kgs, yeah. So I mean, it's the one that we put most everything into, and we've got some little bits here and there and some other smaller ships, but and at the bases and stuff like that. But I filled this one. I don't really need that much, but I filled it because the ship flies well, and you know, it's not likely to get attacked when it's 1,000 meters in the hull. So it's kind of a safe place to have my uranium. A little safekeeping. Let's check on what we're doing here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new come in. More stone. Looks like we might have passed it. Let's see if we still see silver on the thing. No, it still says silver there at 14 meters, so we may still be picking up just a little bit more. Right now, I don't care if we pick up any more. I'm just thrilled. We're going to get all of this. We're about 4 kilometers from the base, so I'll just take this and fly it back over to the base and be done. Refill the hydrogen tanks. They'll need just a tap. I certainly need to fill my hydrogen. Of course, I can go in here and from here I can go ahead and fill my hydrogen bottles. That's good. I can come here and put those. I think I can get to it from this seat. Maybe not. Oh no, I don't guess I connected this seat. So I'll have to go jump out and fill those. But I'll refill those and fill my oxygen. And yeah, we're still picking up a little bit. But you know, who cares? What I want to do is I want to come down here and see if we can see gold. That's really what I'm looking for. Is hopefully we're going to find gold when we get down here to 1,000 meters. I don't know if we got to go a little further. You know, do I want to go ahead and drill down another 100 meters or 200 meters and see? Notice the silver is getting further and further away, so we've run out past the vein, so we're not going to pick up any more silver. We're real close to 1,000 meters. That's typically what we know is right. And you see the ice now that we picked up towards the bottom of the screen. So we know that that's there. What do we got up here? Iron and, oh, it's iron and direction. Silver's getting further and further away. So we're down underneath the silver now. And we hit 1,000 meters and the thrusters kicked off. So the big question is now, do we just go ahead and test a little more, or what? And I'm one of these guys that I'm already 1,000 meters down. You know, it doesn't take long. These thrusters, I'll be out in, I don't know, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. They'll take me out of this 1 kilometer. So I'd rather go ahead and let it run a little bit more just to make sure. Let's just make real sure that we've given it the old college try, as they say. I like to go down to 1,200 meters because typically you're supposed to see gold from 1,000 to 1,500 meters, and the ore detector is set up for 450, which is its maximum. We don't have extra large ore detectors. Again, we try to make it hard, but sometimes it's frustrating. So let's see where we go. We picked up this ice that's down here, and I understand that from the guys that made the mod that if you below 1,000 meters you used to pick up uranium, and now something happened with the software. The keen people that make the software, it all says it's ice now. So if that used to be uranium, boy, there's a lot, because every hole I drill, it seems, after about a kilometer, we start picking up ice. So if that would have been uranium, that would have been great. But it's not. So we live with what we have, and we fight another day. But I've got silver, so I'm happy. That's a big thing, because I've drilled, I don't know, maybe 6 different pilot holes and a bunch of surface rocks. You go to drill them and they just explode, and it's a long known bug, but it's still very frustrating, because you search and you search and you find something, you go, oh yay, and then it doesn't really work. So it's so nice to know that this really is where the silver is. So I'm going to save this GPS point and make sure that we remember where this is, because that's real silver, and it's not hard to get back into. That's why I'd rather drill with this big driller, because I'm not doing anything. It's total hands off. It just drills by gravity, and it stops when I told it to stop. It'll get down there and just a little bit, and it'll stop. So I can go off and I can't totally leave the screen. That's one of the sad parts about the system. We don't have any way to automatically, programmatically see what the ore detector is seeing. The only way you can see what the ore detector is seeing is to look on the screen. So I have to pay attention. I might be able to go fill up my coffee cup, but I have to get back and watch and see what's going on. So sometimes I'll kind of halfway watch a movie while this is doing this, and or go off and get on another website doing some things, answering some emails or some Discord messages or something, and then I will get back into this. But I'm always keeping an eye on it to see what's happening, because you may hit a vein, might be over there just barely to the side, that something will pop up and you're right at the edge, and you've hit the edge of the vein with it, and so it's on the screen for only a few seconds. That's only happened to me like twice, but still, you got to watch out for that kind of stuff. Usually it shows up for a long time if you're close enough to it, and these veins are pretty much straight up and down. So if you hit it once, you're going to continue to hit it, like you see that silver way up there. So we're almost here at the stopping point. Yep, in fact, we're right at the stopping point. Perfect. And I'm going to we'll kick off here at probably 04. That's typically where that does. Yep, because there's a difference in where the program reads the altitude and where this thing on the screen reads the altitude, and there's a difference actually here too. See, this says 1226, so, but close enough, right? So anyway, now I'm going to turn off the gyroscopes so I can control. No, actually, I'm going to leave them on for just a moment. The drills are already off, the batteries are all good, and now I'm going to turn on the thrusters, and look, nothing happened. Well, because I haven't put any override on it. But I'm going to put here, let's say 250. See if that works. No, not enough, because we've got a load. So let's put 350 and see what goes on. Still not enough. Oh, we've got a load, 450. We ought to start heading up here. Okay, let's put 600. That's pretty odd. Okay, let's oh, well, silly me, because that's the problem. 250, and you got to put the 3 zeros after it. There we go. That's because it should be about 250. Should kick us out of here. See, and it says 250 now, but I always forget that's 250,000. So that makes a big difference. Okay, so up we go, and now what we want to do is get back down here to our altitude program again. And I'm working on a mod for this, and probably I'll submit that to Izzy. You can see this says it's a minus number, and these aren't. And I've looked at the code, and I understand exactly why it's that way, why he's showing that. But because we do a lot of mining, that's really what I need it to be. And I need it to say that it's at a minus 1100. And then I can put in here that I want to stop the thrusters, and where I want to stop it is at 35 meters plus. So I need it to be at the positive. Well, the problem with the script is because when it reads the API, and anybody that knows about programming, you'll understand what I'm talking about, the program says this is the number. It says it in a positive way. So, I mean, he's just reading what the API says. But I've come up with a way to be able to tell it that it's negative, and I'm going to work with him and see if we can get that put in the script, because we need that for the miners. And I just haven't put it on this ship yet because I'm still running tests on another ship. And so I, some moments I run and write scripts and do different things, and some moments I come and play and look for silver. But I don't have to look for silver anymore. Hi ho, silver! Yes, that's right. I guess that's very true. I'm really thrilled about that. So what I have to do right now, and I got to make this more automatic, is I have to wait till this gets past 35, because really we're in the negative here. But once this number gets past 35, I can hit this run, and then when it goes up and out the hole, and we get to 35 meters up, then we'll stop at the 35 meters up. So you see, we're clipping along here pretty good, 3 to 5 meters per second. We don't want to go too fast because you might hit a rock somewhere or hit the side. It shouldn't with the gyros being set like that. But still, you don't want to go too fast and just rock it out of the hole. Because again, the difference between the 35 negative and the 35 positive, in my case here, is not very much. So, and I do want to stop it at about 35. I found that works really, really well to turn off the thrusters, and it'll just kind of glide to a nice landing, and then I can fly it over to the base. So we're about wrapped up here. If you've liked this video, do press the like button, hit the subscribe so you'll be able to see more stuff, and then you can hit that notification bell, and it will automatically notify you when there's new videos. So please do that, and also comment. Let me know, do you like what we're doing here? Do you not like it? Either way, I love comments. I love to hear what people have to say about my videos. Even if you just want to say hi, it helps the videos. It helps get them bring up higher in the ranking, and helps other people see them, and it helps the whole place. We don't ask for any kind of contributions currently. There are some people that do that, and we're trying to just run off of the popularity, and we're trying to get popular like some of these other folks are, because I think we've got some pretty darn good videos here, and I want you to be able to see all of them. So do hit that subscribe, like, and that notification bell. We're about at 35 here, so I'm watching real close to see once we hit that 35, then I can hit, there we go, and I'll just hit the run, and now that'll tell me that it's going to do that. And then I'm going to take a look out here, and I'll go like this, and you see that it stopped the thrusters, and we'll take a nice little glide and drop some more stone out, and you see it almost went, boy, it did go back in the same hole. Well, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, so I'll turn them all back on, and I'll just fly it back on out of here myself, because I got to take it over to the base anyway. And there we go. Oops, 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 oops. No, I got to get back in here and turn that override off. I need to manually do that. Come on, turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off. We don't need to get out to space. We don't want to take this one out to space. It has no way to get back. And I got to get these gyroscopes turned off, and now I can fly over here to the base, and everything will be happy. We'll refill, we'll dump out that silver, and you can see this one little thruster is all I need on the moon anyway. I'm sure in other places it's not going to be as easy to fly, but certainly on the moon this is working out real well. And the only thing I got to do now, get back to base, drop off this silver, refill my tanks. I got 80%, and I'm drilling in this ice area, so I pick up ice. I really hardly ever need to refill at the base. But I do need to drop off the silver, obviously. And then go again, find some gold. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. And like I said, leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and notifies. That's what we're here for, bringing you more stuff. Thanks for watching. See you soon.